If you're a woman in ministry or you're going to be a woman in ministry, please note that you may lead in church, but at home, your husband is head. Joyce May, I've heard her. One of her struggles in the early days of her ministry was saying that she could not cope with, the fact that she would talk to hundreds of thousands of people sometimes and still go back home, and then her husband, Dave Mayer, will still have to be a boss. So it's a difficult adjusting process. But God has set it to be that at home, the husband is head. So you must learn to manage home and ministry. Don't say, because of my ministry, that's why I don't get time for my husband. God will not spare you. In other words, you'll be rebuked. Don't say, because of your ministry, I'm doing the work of God, that's why I don't have time for my husband and my children. No. Me, I'm a father. I have responsibilities at home. I have responsibilities to my wife. I have responsibilities to my children. The fact that I'm doing ministry does not mean that I'm excluded or excused from those responsibilities. I must balance my life in such a way that family and ministry, none of them suffers. Do you understand that? But the careful points or the points of concern for many women in ministry is don't allow it to get into your head. You will see God use you powerfully to teach, to heal, to deliver. When you get home, remember, it's not church at Iwolibai. Remember who is your boss at home. Because some of you can sleep in the spirit. You now be talking to your husband like he's a protocol officer. Bring that cup. What are you doing? Leave the spirits, come to the flesh. No. You may forget that spoken to people. As you were talking, you will see old men raising their hands. Say, oh, God, have mercy on me. Because you were talking. You now get to here, you now get home. And I say, honey, where are you? Come here now. Hey. You are entering dangerous zones like that. All right, so let me say this also. If you are single here and you think you are going to be in ministry, don't marry just any brother. Anybody who is not going to allow you to fulfill ministry should not be married. I'm telling you for free. Ministry is quite important, and let me say this, your highest reward will be your service to God's kingdom. Your highest reward will not come from your family ministry. Paul had to make certain sacrifices, even concerning his family. Some people believe he did not have a wife. It's a very complex case to argue against or argue for. But then, he must have had brothers, he must have had a father, he must have had a mother. And you see him doing missionary trips, missionary activities. I was going to say this, for instance. If you're a woman in ministry, there are certain ministries you may not be able to do. If you are pregnant and you have 2 children already, you now say, God is calling you to India. We have to know what we are saying. Who will take care of the children, especially if they are infants? Say, no, I must obey God. God is not disorderly. Let's on. That call may be a futuristic call. Wait. Maybe that when the children are grown up, there are some offices you may not be able to take. If you are going to be, for instance, a traveling itinerant minister as a woman, you must agree with your husband on it. The Bible when I say, honey, kiss the hungry me, come now. I say, no, I'm in Sokoto for missions work. That's what can I? Well, God will not spare you. Yeah. You have to still fulfill your house duties. Yeah. And ensure that nobody suffers because you're answering the call. Do you understand that? But once you know or sense that you're going to be in ministry as a woman, there are some men you cannot marry. Hey, he's a good man, he's a nice man. It's not the matter. It's men you cannot marry. Man that cannot do without seeing you every week. Man that must gumbody, he cannot fast. But he's a good Christian, he's a nice guy. You will enter trouble. Because when you say, the Lord said I should go 30 days, say, tell the Lord that you are married, though. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, the wala will now start. Tell the Lord doesn't know you are married. Are you getting it? There are some men you can marry. If you are going to be active in ministry, there are some men you cannot marry. It's same thing with men. There are some women you cannot marry if you are going to be active in ministry. There are some women you cannot marry. Show here, bye. If he doesn't hear, may God grant you understanding.